Always. Technology.
Welcome to Legendary Impact Live, where top marketing minds and local business owners across the U.S. share their stories and strategies for attracting high-value consumers. Ready to have the spotlight on your brand? Here's your host, Meg. Let's dive in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the latest episode of Legendary Impact Live. Today, I'm here with Katie Jackson of Modern Magic. Hi, Katie. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining me, and thanks to Nisi who referred you, a prior guest on our local West Denver Good Neighbor podcast, and she owns a shop locally with all kinds of fun goodies in it. So I was excited to see you pop up on our calendar and that she's, sharing the, the
me
referral
too.
process. Yeah. So tell everybody a little bit about Modern Magic and what you're up to.
Yeah, so I am a Denver-based artist and I create artwork that is inspired by the divine feminine. It really showcases the magic that we find in everyday situations. So you'll see paintings with archetypes and women in it. You'll also see paintings of like my grandmother's kitchen and just those magical moments that are just every day all around us.
I love that. I especially like the reference to your grandmother's kitchen. I just was making a loaf of Norwegian Christmas bread, julekaga, that my grandma used to make all the time, and then my mom was making it. But it took me a while to figure out, because I have celiac, so I had to figure out like the gluten-free version. And it's a little bit different, but it's still kind of the same overall flavor and everything.
Yeah.
And so I was just thinking about my grandmother's kitchen, which I do every holiday
I love
season.
that. Yeah,
That's
I
fantastic.
did a painting recently that's instead of it being in black and white, it was in blue and white because I feel like that's the color of memories. And I painted their kitchen from memory. I tried going through my parents' old albums to see if I could find a reference photo, and there's not one that exists. And I was like, all right, we're just going to do this by memory then, see what happens. And
That
it
is
came out
so
pretty good,
fun.
actually.
I love it. Yeah, I think of like the uneven floors and like all these just little, the old style refrigerator and the drawers that stick.
Yeah,
That's all
it's a much smaller
things that
space,
I conjure
not
up.
open concept. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, little table, always adorned with cookies and donut holes.
Oh, that was not my grandmother, but that sounds lovely. She had a candy jar that we'd all run to as soon as we got to her house.
Yeah, she had that too. That's so funny. Yeah, it's just but a lot of like flavors and smells and
Yeah.
That's what comes to mind. That's so fun. I love it.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the different media that you place the artwork on. So you have a lot of different like products and things.
For the most part, I do prints. I also design wallpaper, which is a little bit different and fun. I have a couple of pieces behind me that have actually started framing some of my prints and putting my wallpaper on the mats, just to add a little extra color and pattern to things. But my main form is doing art prints. I sell my originals. I have some stationery and some journals as well because I'm a huge stationery freak. My husband makes fun of me all the time for how much I love paper and pens. And so it felt important to have those in my shop as well.
Right. Yeah, you definitely want to offer that if you're very into collecting and, using those. Oh, I love that. The stationery. That also makes me think of grandma.
I know. Well, I'm an old soul. I love thank you notes. I like writing everything down. So it just made sense for me.
That's wonderful. Yeah, we were just talking on our team we have a team of media sales folks, and we were talking about, bringing in the positive and, just sending a couple, thank you notes to folks each week. And it really does bring in the gratitude, right? And the positivity and the abundance. And so I love that. That's fantastic. So we can get our stationery from you for our thank you notes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's, we're in the holiday season, so you got a lot of thank you notes to be writing.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. So you've been an artist for a long time, I would imagine. So tell us about your journey into the world of art.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny one. I was always an artist. Like growing up, I was always painting and making things and doing that. I ended up going to Colorado State and I went into their art program. And then immediately after college, I stopped making art and I went
Oh,
into marketing. Yeah, and I did marketing for 10 years. I made it all the way up to like director of marketing and did all that. And then COVID hit and I lost my job in the middle of COVID. And I was so burnt out from just all of the chaos that was trying to keep the business alive while we were going through all that. And I was like, you know what? I just want to get back to my art practice. So I started doing art. Um, my mom had had a dream about a children's book she wanted to have done, so she wrote it, and I ended up illustrating it just as like a fun project that got me to paint every single day because you have to make like 40 paintings for a children's book. And
yeah.
that like set the fire that I was like, all right, this is, I want to be doing this. I want to be painting stories. I want to be working with children's books. I want to be creating wallpaper because I'm obsessed with wallpaper. And so it was really since 2020 that I've started Modern Magic and have really been growing that and coming up with new ideas and new stories to tell on the canvas.
That's amazing. I love that your mom and you partnered on the children's book. That is so
We did.
fun. I love it. What's the like theme or the characters of it or the name even?
It's called Layla's Glasses. It's about my niece who, when she was like 4 or 5, had to get glasses, and we were
Mm.
so worried about her feeling other and like feeling different from the family. And so um, my mom literally had a dream about it and woke up and left me a message on my phone and was like, we have to make this book. And we told my sister about it, whose daughter it is, and she's like, you have to make this book. And I was like, there's no way we're making this book. That's so much pressure, it's so much work.
Awesome.
And my mom was even like, yeah, Katie's gonna be the one who has to do like all the work, so like she really has to decide. So finally my mom and I decided we would make the book, but we would not tell anybody we were going to make the book, so that if at
Okay.
any point we wanted to quit, we could quit.
You had an out. I love
Exactly. And so about a year later, it was on Father's Day that we presented the first version of the book to the whole family, and we did a little Kickstarter to do pre-sale purchases for it and launched it out into the world. So we've self-published it. It's just kind of a fun little project for us, and yeah, it was like a great kickoff to get back into the art world.
Well, I love that. That is so fun, and it's so special because it was for your niece, and I totally
Yeah,
understand the yeah, you just don't want them to ever feel different, you know?
yeah.
It's a challenge. We have a my youngest daughter has scoliosis, and she doesn't thankfully have to wear her brace during the day, but
Oh,
we were
good.
really worried in the beginning about that,
Yeah,
and she doesn't even care. Like, it's not an
just
issue for
whatever.
her at all.
Right.
She's totally open. She educates about scoliosis now. She's 9.
Love it. I
When
love it.
she was
Yeah,
4, we were like, "Oh," like, so worried,
yeah. That's scary.
about her having to be fitted and wear this thing, and luckily, that was at the beginning of COVID, so she was home for 18 months, so she did wear it 24/7, but she was home, so
Right.
it
Who
wasn't
cares? Who
a
are we
big
trying to
deal. Yeah,
impress? Yeah.
yeah. So but yeah, she's been super compliant and didn't even really care. How did Layla feel in the end about her glasses?
Well, what's amazing is she doesn't wear glasses anymore. She already
Oh,
like she outgrew it, like whatever was going on at the time, it like no longer applies. So, and she didn't
that's
really, I
amazing.
don't think she ever cared. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think she just really even noticed it. She's also adorable in glasses, like the cutest
Eee.
kid in glasses. So,
I
but it
love
was
it.
fun. Like, it was also fun because everybody in my family has a character in the book, so they're all there. All the nieces and nephews are in there, so that
Oh,
they were
so
really excited
cute.
to like find their character. And yeah, so it was just like a really fun project. Now the other nieces and nephews are like, so when are you going to write a book about me? And they're
Yeah,
like,
now you have a whole
that
laundry list of books, I'm
I
sure.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, good luck on that one, kid. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's a lot of, painting.
It is. And you gotta find a story you like really are excited about because it's easy to lose
Mhm.
to just kind of fizzle out.
Yeah. So where can people find the book if they maybe have another little one getting glasses?
Yeah, it is on it's on my website. So I still have some that
Perfect.
we're selling those. So yes, so shopmodernmagic.com will have all of the good things that we talk about today.
I love it. And there is a link in the description of this, so if you're watching it, you should be able to check it out, and I think except for on the Instagram channel, because there's not, like, a space for it.
Yeah, because
But you'll
Instagram
be
doesn't
able
like that.
to, yeah. So, but all the other channels, if you're viewing us there, you can check it out. So that's amazing. So you were in marketing for a while.
Yeah.
Obviously a topic close to my heart. So that's what we're doing, helping out the local business community and really any, entity that wants to connect with consumers. So what was your favorite thing about working in marketing?
Um, I love working with like small businesses and helping them with
Mhm.
their marketing. So anybody who starts talking to me about marketing, I end up giving my opinions and I'm like, "Oh, you should do this and here's another idea." And I still just think that way, so I can't get away from that. But the things that I did, I always loved building websites and like
Mhm.
working on newsletters and doing some more of like the design and like creative aspects of making things look pretty,
Yeah.
which makes
Yeah.
sense that I, as an artist, because that all kind of goes together. But yeah, I'd for sure say that like website building and newsletter marketing were my two favorite things.
Fun. Yeah, website building is really fun. There's so much you can do, and it just keeps getting better.
It does. And it's one of those things that like I would get lost in. Like I would get websites done so fast because I would just be like so into it that the next time I look up, I'm like, oh, it's like 10 p.m. Maybe I should stop working today.
Yeah, it's addictive, 100%. I totally agree. Well, that's really fun. So, yeah, so it's nice though that you made it back to your passion of art.
I
My 2
did.
little girls are super artistic, so, like,
Oh,
there's a
good.
whole situation in the other room. Every kind of media you can possibly imagine they've gotten their hands on, right?
Good.
So, it's fun
Start
to
them
think
young.
of. Yeah, totally. It's fun to think of, what that might be for them in the future. So, I love talking to a real artist. I may tap you for,
Oh, please do.
inspiration
Yeah,
later.
yeah. No, I think
That's
it's
so
great.
fun.
I also love encouraging, like, anybody at any age to start getting into art. Like, I mean, you can go as basic as, like, there's paint by number sets out there now that are, like, way
Mhm.
cooler than what we had as kids. They're, like,
Oh,
made for
yeah.
adults and really
Yeah.
great paintings you can get out of them. And there's some great, like, books or, YouTube tutorials just as an
Oh,
outlet,
yeah.
like, not something that ever has to be anything more than just, like, putting something to paper like we did when we were 6 years old,
Yeah.
and everybody's creative. Like it's so funny that people be like, "Oh, I'm not an artist. I'm not creative." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, you are. Like you knew that when you were 5, you just the world told you differently, and I'm here to tell
Yeah.
you that, you're still an artist." Like the only reason
Yeah.
I can do what I can do is because I do it all the time and I do it for extensive lengths. It's not because I'm like born this
Yeah.
way. It's just because I put the time into it. So anybody who wants to be an
Yeah.
artist or wants to get more creative, it's just a practice like anything else.
100%. Yeah. You just have to have the interest and spend some
Yeah.
time on it. And it's funny you mentioned YouTube. Yeah, because my kids are all over YouTube for, like, inspiration
Oh,
and
yeah.
ideas, and then they just do it. They just reproduce things. I'm like, "Oh my god, it's
Yeah. I mean,
bananas."
oftentimes too, they'll be like, "I don't know how to do this on, like, doing a digital drawing," or, like, "I don't even know what to draw today," and I'll just watch a tutorial and just follow along with somebody else and be like, "Oh, cool, that's a new technique I didn't know about." So
Mhm.
it
Yeah.
goes for everyone.
Yeah, the sharing online of techniques and ideas and how-tos really has
Yeah.
changed so many,
Oh, yeah.
environments and project capabilities.
Oh, for sure,
It's
yeah.
so fun. Yeah. And then how do you get involved in the community at all, offering you're participating in any, local artist,
I
initiatives? What's happening there?
I haven't. I've just started getting connected with, Redline Contemporary Art Gallery, and I love them.
Cool.
They offer, a live drawing on Wednesday nights with a live model, and so
Ah,
I do that every week. That's been so fun. Um, and so, yeah, I found that it's been really hard to connect with the artist community in
hmm,
Denver. So it's something that I'm brainstorming more about of how do I get more connected with other artists and people interested in art and
mhm.
yeah, just kind of building out that community. It's community. The conversation about community in general has been like a huge conversation I've been having with lately, just because I'm also a new mom, so I have a 7 month old, which also
Oh!
limits everything in life.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's
getting to
such a
connect with other mothers and artists, yeah,
yeah.
that's the challenge of life.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you when I was when my babies were little, I did the MOPS group at the local church where, I was in the neighborhood.
Mhm.
I'm not super spiritual, but I went to that and it was fabulous. Met a
Yeah.
lot of moms that way. Lots of park play dates. I went to a fitness and taught fitness for a while with stroller strides. And that was
Oh,
great because
okay.
you could exercise, bring the baby,
Yeah.
have time with
All right.
moms. And yeah, it was a nice, group of activities that, were
Yeah.
helpful. So I love that those 7 months. I mean, that's kind of like one of my favorite ages.
It's really fun. He now rolls everywhere he needs to go. He has not figured out how to crawl yet, which I'm kind of thankful for. It's like the day that I'm so excited for and dreading all at the same time.
Yeah.
And, but he's just the sweetest. He sleeps really well. He's just always happy. And so we really
Yeah.
lucked out with this kid.
That's amazing. Yeah, so that's such a fun age. They kind of plump up a little bit because 'cause they're gonna start moving more.
Yeah. He's nice and
Which,
chunky.
yes, the chunky thighs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's got some
Oh, it's
intense
so
creases
fun.
everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, oh, that's great. Well, and yeah, the sooner he crawls, the quicker that's gonna go away, so we'll put that
Yeah,
off as long as
exactly.
possible. That's super fun. Congratulations.
Thank
It
you.
sounds amazing.
He's the best. He's just the best.
And I think having that artist, lifestyle and work is probably pretty conducive to, parenting and flexibility and schedule
Oh,
and
yeah.
all of that. That's a
Yeah, it makes
good
me really
time.
happy because yeah. Yeah, I get to
That's
stay home
good.
with him, and then while he naps, I try and get my art and get some work stuff done, and then,
Mhm.
my mom comes over, like, once a week to help out for a couple hours so I can, like, get some deeper work done, which has been
Oh, she's
really
just getting
lovely.
her fix on that page.
Oh, I know, but I'm here for it. I'm not gonna, you do you,
Yeah,
mom, but yeah, thanks. Don't stop
that's
this.
so
Come every
fun.
week.
Oh, I love it. Well, that's good stuff. I love the space that you're in your life. But I didn't, it may seem like a lot, like I was
It
there, but
does.
yeah, it's a good space to be in. Well, that's fantastic. Well, what else would you like to share about the business? Do you have anything seasonal happening? Obviously, we've got, a gift giving season upon us. And
Yeah.
so, yeah.
I currently am doing a mystery print option, where it's my cheapest prints ever. I don't usually go down there. They're almost 50% off, but you don't know what print you're going to get. So
Ah,
it's kind of a fun little like, it's gonna be something from the Modern Magic collection. They're all like high quality prints. They're all, they all have a story to tell. You can learn more about the story on the website once you receive it. But yeah, just kind of something a little bit fun and different to spark a little extra magic in your home.
I love that. And I love that people can go back and learn about the inspiration on the
Yeah,
website. So for whatever
yeah,
they purchase, they can, yeah.
and most of my paintings, I do a blog post about that. I'll talk about what the inspiration was, how I did it, the areas that I got stuck and was struggling with this piece, um, all that kind of stuff. A lot of the like archetypes will then go talk about what female archetype I got this from, or what goddess from what different background I was
Mhm.
inspired by for that piece. So there's a lot of different like fun stories that come with each piece.
That's awesome. That's so fun to know the background of it. It does make it more magical,
It
more
does. It's always
special.
nice to know that
Mhm.
kind of thing. I mean, it's great to look at it yourself first and be like, "This is what
Yeah.
I get from it," and then to go, "Okay, so what was the artist's intention?" And then you get
Yeah.
the full story.
Nice. Well, that's fantastic. So, well, thank you so much for joining me today. It's fun to connect with a local artist. And for all the artists out there who might be hearing this, if you're in our greater Denver area, connect with Katie. She'd like to have some
Yeah, please do.
community. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be fantastic. I hope
I
this
would love that.
builds some connections for you.
Thank you. I
And yeah,
appreciate it.
so yeah, well, thanks for being here and spending a little bit of time with me. What is the best way for folks to connect with you if they want to just, talk art or look at your artwork? What's the best way to connect?
Yeah, my website is the very best. It's shopmodernmagic.com. I'm on social media, but I mostly use Substack and Pinterest. I have an Instagram account, but I'm rarely on it because it's just not my favorite medium. But if you sign up for my newsletter, you can reply to any newsletter ever. It comes directly to me. I only send out one email a month. Otherwise, you can fill out a contact form on my website, and I will also respond to that too.
Perfect. Well, wonderful. Thanks for being here and happy holidays. And
Thank
thanks
you
for
so
bringing all this
much.
modern magic to the world.
Anytime.
And if you guys are watching this and you're interested in connecting with the community and our audiences, visit the website, locallegend.media, and you can /podcast and check it out and request an interview. Thanks again, Katie.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Legendary Impact. If you're a marketing expert, brand power player, or local business owner ready to share your expertise, visit Local Legend Media's website and click the More tab at the top and then Podcast to get featured. Let's put your brand in the spotlight. See you next episode.